Ranks resetting here the next few days. Let's take a look at the 5 best decks to hit legend with this season. These decks are ranked based on dust, so if you're looking for something affordable, you made it to the right place. So let's jump in. Coming in at number 5, Aggro Druid. This deck is easily the cheapest deck to hit legend with, as it only costs 1600 dust. The pros of this deck is that it has the ability to close out games extremely fast, but it also falls off just as quickly. Since the meta has been featuring a lot of board-based decks, there's always a chance to overwhelm your opponent for the dub. With the quick mulligan, Living Roots into Sentries with Herald of Nature creates 12-17 worth of stats at turn 3, which would be hard for any deck to clear. At number 4, Pure Pally. The complete deck comes in at 7500 dust, but you can shave in 3200 worth of dust off this deck by replacing Blood Matriarch and Katori without losing too much value. This is another aggro deck that provides some mid to late game. Granted, you hit some RNG off of Countess. Mulligans for this deck are Sous Chef, Bannerman, and Vindicator. Moving on to number 3, Evolve Shaman. Coming in at 7900 dust, this deck has seen an uptick in play and boasts a higher win rate due to recent nerfs. This deck is somewhat of a slow starter, but has a strong mid and late game, giving any deck a run for its money. Mulligans here for a good early start would be Knoll, Schooling, and Muck Pools. Now on to number 2 in my favorite deck this season, Spell Demon Hunter. Costing 8700 dust, this deck is primarily spell based, similar to Quest Demon Hunter. I won't go into too much detail, but if you want to hear more on this deck, check out my latest video going over it. Mulligans here, Relic Vault, Extinction for aggro, and Phantasms for improving future relics are all great. On to number 1, Implog. This deck was already pretty good before the nerfs, but now it's made its way to tier 0 due to other contending decks being slower. Running a strong early imp package, this deck still has good mid and late game finishers such as Rafam and Sire Denathrius. This deck comes in at 8100 dust with its counterpart Curse and Block coming in 11,000 dust. Both are great decks to get the legend with. Good mulligans here are your location, cards such as Wicked Shipment or Fiendish Circle, as they allow you to create imps to fight for board, or card draw with Impending Catastrophe. Also some honorable mentions here. Big Spell Mage, Frost Mage, XL Beast Hunter, and Dragon Pally all could have made this list, but I came up with something a bit more dust conscious. So let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all on the next one. GG's.